What's up, manga fans? It's Raphael from C Manga, and welcome back to another review of Bleach. This week's chapter 587, the Headless Star 6. So, despite it being quite a short chapter once again this week, and the plot not progressing too much, I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. Definitely a lot more than last week, because there's one thing that Bleach does that I really enjoy, one of its main aspects, and it's the comedy. And this chapter was full of it. It was really enjoyable to read, like the character interactions between certain people in this chapter was hilarious and very well written. And the thing is, it tied in well with how serious the situation is, because we had the comic relief moments like with Ichigo and Chad, but it was underlying, serious, I'd say, dialogue that needed to be said, and it was basically, like a wake up call for Ichigo anyway in that conversation, but it was done in a humorous way. So yeah, things like that was hilarious, and I definitely enjoyed this chapter. So beginning of the chapter was literally Ichigo screaming once again, Ishtar, Ishtar, you need to tell me what's going on. There's not much else coming out of his mouth. And from what I saw coming out of the rip in the sky, it looked like it was either a holy arrow or some sort of reishi or ryatsu falling down. And then there was an explosion from the rip that Juha, Hashwald, and Uryu went through. And the explosion was massive. It shook most of Serete, and luckily for Ichigo, Orihime protected him and Chad with a Soten Keshu. But she even commented like that explosion was so powerful it pushed me and the Soten Keshu back. And she was trying to lighten up the situation, because Ichigo was feeling down, saying how impressive Ishtar was, and Juha, but obviously it doesn't work, and he's just brooding, thinking about that Ishtar is a traitor now. But Chad, he literally has none of Ichigo's crap this chapter. He just picks him up, throws him, and I was just laughing my head off at that panel. It was hilarious, because it looked like he was going to perform a wrestling move. He had him clean above his head and threw him into a rock. And he's like, Ichigo's like, what the hell? And Chad's like, what the hell are you doing? Get a grip. Yes, Ishtar is on the wrong side, Uryu's gone bad, but the situation hasn't changed, and what we have need to do hasn't changed. You need to go and do something, carry on with the mission. And it's like, regardless, maybe Uryu has a serious reason, maybe he has a wrong reason, we need to go and see him. So Ichigo's like, yeah, you're right, I'll go and kick his ass and bring him back. And Chad's like, what if the reason's a good one for him joining? He's like, I'll kick his ass regardless and bring him back. So it's like, despite it being funny, as I said, it was a serious moment where Ichigo needed to get his brain kicked in gear once again, because physical violence is the only way to make Ichigo, you might as well say reboot and get his confidence back. And Rukia is a main example of delivering that kind of treatment for Ichigo. He doesn't listen to words, he listens to violence and physical violence, and then words. So after Ichigo's gotten his resolve back now, Urahara arrives, and I just remembered last chapter, because I think I said, oh, maybe he's in Wei Kamunda. I remembered he was already in Soul Society, because he went to go and see Captain Kurisuchi, and when he was in that little room with the one of the Quincy's. So yeah, he was already there, but he's arrived now, and it was good to see him, even though it's kind of for another creation moment, because I'd really like to see him fight before Bleach ends. But yeah, he's basically said to Ichigo, sorry, I arrived a bit late. Do you want me to create a ticket to the Royal Palace? And yeah, Urahara always seems to have second freaking mad knowledge. I'm thinking he's able to make one of those already, but if he can make a Hogyoku, I'm guessing he can make a key to the Royal Palace. The only way I can assume he's going to make it is based off of Ichigo's arm. He's probably going to try and activate it somehow to break through the barriers or something. I can't see him just making it or he's already had it prepared, because we've already been told Ichigo's armor is like a key, or is a key. So he's most likely just gonna tell Ichigo how to use it, or he's gonna work off of that somehow. But as I said before, hopefully Urahara's not here, for the rest of Bleach, just to make stuff and give advice. And hopefully we'll see him fight, because we haven't even seen his Bankai yet. So we go to see Rukia and Renji's situation. They've were affected by the blast as well, and they were coming out of rubble. But they've realized that Ishtar is on the wrong side. He's gone on the enemy side. Rukia's even said she had a thought about it, but now their theories are confirmed. And this is when Baz B jumps in saying, oh, you're angry about your friend jumping on the wrong side. We're angry too, and he's on our side, so I won't mind if you kill him. I'll even help you. And Renji attacks him saying, he's like, oh yeah, of course, chicken head, that we're angry at Uru, but we can beat him up ourselves. And this is when I was just started laughing, because he's like, who are you calling chicken head? Is it because of my fabulous Mohican hairstyle? And it's just like, this is where we see that they're actually quite similar, like, because it's like you got these weird back and forth between them, and we just have Rukia in the background like commenting, like when Renji said, yeah, I'm angry, it's like, are you really angry though? And it's just funny because she's just like chibified in the background, you know, making these little remarks that, you know, obviously is meant for the reader to think. So Bazby commented on Renji's eyebrows and said, oh, it's like, you have really cool eyebrows, so I thought you would have had a good fashion sense, you know, about my hair, but I guess you're wrong. And Reggie starts blushing, saying, you like my eyebrows? And Rukia's like, are you happy now? And I was just laughing at that as well. It's just really hilarious. But he calls Bazby like a good guy. He's like, oh, you're a really cool guy. And Bazby's like, it's too late for that. And he uses Burner Finger 4, and it's like a flaming sword on his arm and creates a massive explosion. So I'm just thinking, god damn, Bazby is actually quite powerful, and he's only used 4 of his burning fingers, so wonder what 8 is going to be like. And I guess if you include these thumbs, 10, I mean 4, that caused such a big explosion, so you can imagine what obviously all these fingers and thumbs are going to do. So I can only hope that battle's just going to be Renji versus Bazby, and Rukia gets to fight her own battle. I don't want to see a tag team. These two are much more powerful now, and they deserve to have their own fight. So hopefully we get to see the other people's fights as well, all versus the Stone Ritters, especially Byakuya. I want to see how powerful his Bankai is, and obviously I want to see Shinhei's Bankai, and maybe Yumichika and Ikaku's, to see what theirs is like, because I know Ikaku's was damaged, so maybe it got repaired or something, as I said before. So yeah, look forward to seeing those fights. And yeah, what the hell Juha, Hashwad and Uri are going to do in the Royal Realm, because they've arrived at the end, and it just makes you wonder, where the hell is the Royal Guard? What are they doing? Are they just chilling and waiting, or are they or not expecting this, or what? Because I definitely think Juha's powerful, but I don't think he's powerful enough to take on all of them by himself. But maybe that's why he brought Hashwild and Uru with him, to distract him, so he can go to the Quincy Kin and do whatever he wants with him. So yeah, as I said, chapter, as I said, it was short, not much progression, but we are getting somewhere. As I said, it was kind of amazing to see that they've arrived so quickly in the Royal Palace, and obviously Ichigo's getting ready to go back up there, and then the Shinigami versus the Stone Ritters is well underway. So I'm guessing through the next few weeks we'll run through that. Maybe someone like Grimjaw will show up, and then whatever else, Ichigo arriving in the Royal Palace is probably going to take a while as well. So it's basically a waiting game, and with Kubo's pacing, that can be a long while. So yeah, as I said, enjoyable chapter, very humorous, and I can't wait for next week. So you guys know the usual. If you enjoyed this chapter and you got any comments, predictions, opinion about it, leave them in the comments below. And also, if you are new to the channel and you enjoyed this video, leave a subscribe for more content, and I'll speak to you guys next time.